I was facilitating a 5S Kaizen for an electronics manufacturer. We were in their component testing lab, and basically, products would come back from the field with issues. They would have to go through this testing lab, have gases purged from their system, and then verify any issues that the customer was seeing. Now, customers definitely wanted their information quickly. Unfortunately, it was taking days, if not weeks, to get this vital information back to their customers. Now, the lab had an owner named Paul, and he thought he had everything he needed in the lab to do his job efficiently and effectively. Well, when we started the 5S, we essentially realized that over 80% of the materials in the lab were unnecessary. And once we removed them, it cleared up an amazing amount of space and gave us an opportunity to improve the flow. So the team was pretty happy, but I suggested we analyze the flow and the impact of our changes before we finalized our everything. So we found out that the fume hood was the critical bottleneck in the lab. All components that came back from the field had to have gases purged prior to testing to ensure the safety of not only the customer, but also the lab testing folks. Now, different gases require different purge cycles, and Paul, the area owner, used to have to contact Jeff, an engineer, for information. Now, if Jeff wasn't available at the time, then testing waited. Sometimes Paul would work on something else, and then when Jeff came back, he would forget to ask Jeff for the vital information for purging. So the customer, again, was waiting days, if not weeks. Now, during the Kaizen, once we really exposed that issue, Jeff had an idea to reduce the time significantly. So the team said, hey, take the time you need to help us figure this out. So Jeff took off to his desk and basically came back a little over an hour later with a chart of the top 98% of the gases that had to be purged. So basically telling anybody in the lab how long the gases had to be under the fume hood to make everything safe. So essentially, we had reduced waiting from days or weeks to 0. Now, the results were even better than anticipated. Paul retired shortly thereafter, and the training of his replacement was so much easier than anybody ever expected. But the maximum benefit was that our customer, their customer, never again had to wait too long for the results that they so badly needed.
I hope this story provided you with some inspiration to revisit your own processes. I have a lot more I'd like to share. Head over to pi-partners.com to learn how I can help. And check back from time to time for more Kaizen stories.